Hi there. Today we're going to be talking about memes. What is a meme? A meme is an idea with legs. It can move from one human to another. Now, meme can be anything. It is at its essence a mental model. For the purposes of this discussion, we will be talking about a meme as a mental model for how the universe works. Now, the interesting thing about the human mind is that it is constrained to work only with a mental model of the universe. No matter who you are, no matter what you believe, you don't actually possess reality in your mind. You possess a model of reality. This is important to remember. It's very easy to see how this can be problematic if your model of reality includes something like a great flood or a virgin birth or any other such incredibly improbable events. The question I'm attempting to ask in this video is Christian dogmatism, fundamentalism, and exclusionism a function of the silliness of its beliefs or of something else? Memes are organic. They jostle for space. They fight for intellectual resources among their hosts. Each of us can host one or more memes. Our memes work in that they are effective. Certain memes will offer survival advantages over other memes. Now, we as atheists tend to look at the idea of model building in reality in terms of a single goal, that is, to establish an accurate view of reality. Indeed, in 21st century life, I consider that the most important criterion of establishing a mental model for reality, which is why I am an atheist. But is it the only criterion? In Dawkins' book, The God Delusion, he talks about how the thought model that results in skepticism and inquiry is not necessarily the best one in certain circumstances. Often it is better to think about things in terms of intent. If you're a caveman in the woods and you hear a stick break behind you, it may be more effective for you to think something's trying to eat me than to ponder the tensile strength of wood and what it would have caused to cause it to break. By the time you get done doing an empirical analysis of the event, you might be eaten. So there's a certain survival advantage in making a decision quickly as opposed to accurately. Now, this expands our viewpoint somewhat. This brings to mind certain important implications. All of us, no matter who we are, operate with a model of the universe. Does that include atheists? Yes, it does. Does this mean that atheism, as a commonly understood pattern of thought, which happens to include the idea that there is no God, includes the idea that scientific inquiry is valuable and that the universe, our model of the universe, should match reality, is all of that a meme? Yes, it is. I've already posted a video explaining why I don't think atheism is a religion. But I think what I missed in that was understanding exactly what it is about religion that makes it so bad. Religion isn't evil because it thinks silly things or proposes silly ideas such as a cosmic sky entity that's going to send most of us to hell. The problem with religion is in its exclusivism. It doesn't bother anyone to believe whatever they want in their own homes, in their own churches, and in their own private lives. The problem comes in when they try to exert those beliefs on others. I propose that under the theory of memetics, that anyone who attempts to do that is running the risks associated with dogma. Now, we atheists don't like to think about this. We like to think that our truth is special, that it's somehow impossible for atheism to be pursued dogmatically. But is that really true? Perhaps we should use a different word to describe this dogmatism. Dogmatism carries with it religious connotations, and throughout most of our history as human beings, We constructed truth models exclusively in terms of religion. Perhaps another word should be used: monomemism. If memes compete with each other for resources, then they evolve, they undergo natural selection. It's important to understand, however, that this natural selection isn't necessarily to the benefit of the people hosting the memes, but to their own benefit. It is in a meme's best interest to develop the idea that it is the one truth, that other competing ideas should be eliminated, because that tendency will result in the meme itself spreading and becoming more prevalent. The risks exist for a meme to dominate its environment the way the risk exists for a predator to dominate its environment. A meme can be symbiotic, or it can be parasitic. A good example of a parasitic meme is the idea of suicidal martyrdom among Islamic terrorists. They destroy their own lives in pursuit of what they think is right and wrong. If monomemism can affect any human, regardless of what they believe, then what defense do we have against it? Well, the atheist might respond, you have reasonability. You can use reason to determine whether or not the meme is working for you or against you. The problem is that reason, and what is reasonable, is a product of our memes. It isn't something we can bring to bear against it. Because of our position, we can only think in terms of mental models. Those mental models define for us what is reasonable and what is not. To the Islamic terrorists, setting a bomb off and blowing oneself up is eminently reasonable. It results in their ascension to heaven. So we can't count on the idea of reasonable to tell us when a meme crosses the threshold of benefiting us and begins to harm us. So what options do we have? If we have to think in terms of mental models, that means we can't get above the fray. We can't look at it from a higher point of view. We can't see all the models jostling between themselves. But we do have one tool available to us: comparison. We can choose deliberately to operate two or more memes simultaneously. Each of those memes provides a method of looking at the universe, and we can compare the results of each, and through cross-checking them determine when a meme is starting to become dangerous to us. It is my position that this is absolutely essential to any human, atheist or religionist, and that the harms of religion can quite possibly be perpetrated by any other meme, including atheism. I'll be talking more about this and more about the implications in videos to follow. But for now, play with your memes, or they'll play with you.